Hello, welcome to Statecraft IAS and Social Perspectives Sociology in Newspaper series. In this series, we shall discuss daily news articles in sociological perspective and revise relevant sociology related UPSC mains concepts with the help of a newspaper on daily basis. In today's video, we have an article in the data point talking about women in police force. It says only 12% of the Indian police were women as of 2020. While many states have mandated 10 to 33% reservation for women in the police, not one of these states has met its goal. The share of women among the higher ranks was even lower at 8.7%. Overall, it was 12%. Among higher ranks, it is 8.7%, which describes about glass ceiling, which highlights glass ceiling in the mobility. A significant share of police women suffer due to patriarchal prejudices and are considered unfit for on-field tasks. This is a kind of prejudice, you see. It is patriarchal prejudice. And this is relevant in our status and mobility chapter. And also in gender issues in GS paper 1. Many stations also lack basic infrastructure such as separate toilets for women. These are infrastructural challenges for mobility. Infrastructural challenges. Now Durkheim has said, inequality of opportunity compromises social solidarity. Inequality of opportunity has bearing on solidarity. That's why he vouched for institutional measures to close the gap. Institutional measures to close the gap and take everyone along the same path or development path. Now these infrastructural facilities, provision of infrastructure is one of those institutional measures. With this provision of infrastructure, it provides more opportunities for women. Cashing them, they may go up the ladder of social mobility, vertical mobility may happen, and then environment changes in favor of women and perspectives changes and prejudices will reduce. With that reduction in prejudices, this glass ceiling will ultimately break. And this is what the cycle we have to concentrate upon. See, here it is said 34% policemen feel that women are incapable of handling high intensity cases and crimes. This is again one of the consequences of that patriarchal prejudice. 22% police women feel that women are incapable of handling high intensity cases and crimes. See, even among police women, that means they themselves feel that they are incapable. 37% police women are willing to give up their profession if they get similar salary or perks in other professions. See, this kind of prejudices, this kind of inhibitions are there within the woman itself. So that needs to be addressed, and some kind of beacon of hope must be given to them through social channels by changing the perspective of the society, by providing institutional measures or infrastructure facilities, as Durkheim has said. This article again shows the share of women in police. This map shows share of women in the civil police forces 2020. Bihar 25.3, Tamil Nadu 18.5, Kerala 7.2, JNK 3.3, Rajasthan 9.8, UP 9.6. Women in higher ranks, if you see, this is Maharashtra, Delhi, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, Chhattisgarh. See, as we move on, gazetted officers percentage, this Chhattisgarh is highest, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, these are the lowest. And prejudices towards women, if you say, a significant share of personnel said policing is a man's job. A significant share of them, including women, were found to hold prejudiced notions about the capability of women in handling police duties. This is about capability. Percentage of those who strongly or somewhat agreed with the following statements. Given the inflexible working hours, it is not alright for women to work in the police force as they cannot attend to homely duties. 40 and 54. 41% women, 54% men. Women police are incapable of handling high intensity crimes and cases, 22% women feel like that, 34% men feel like that. Being in the police requires physical strength and aggressive behavior, which women lack, 29% of women feel, and 43% of men feel like that. That means in every category, more than women, men feel that women are incapable of doing some particular jobs. See, here there is gap, this gap, this gap. This gap must be closed. That means social prejudices must be addressed. That is what the responsibility of society at hand now. If that prejudices are addressed, then this remaining then that gap can be closed, and those remaining women can be given required opportunity for them to climb up the mobility ladder and achieve higher status. So moving on to the next article. This article is about Gail Ombet, a researcher and author who has passed away recently. She co-founded Shramik Mukti Dal with her husband. Now Gail Ombet, as such, her biography is not so relevant for her exam, but her views are relevant. So let us look at her views in this article. Ombet first came to India in 1963 and then came back again to research on her PhD dissertation in 1970. Her dissertation, Cultural Revolt in a Colonial Society, the Non-Brahman Movement in Western India, 1873 to 1930, was submitted in 1973, which was eventually published as a book with emphatic appreciation from social justice movements in India. Further, this is important. The era of 1960s and 70s saw the emergence of peace movements in the West. The new culture of finding soul and freeing it from the trap of consumerism and imperialism was trying to find solutions elsewhere to find a true meaning of life. The East became a hub of a new generation of activists fighting against war, nuclear arms, ethnic and color violence with the touch of communist struggle. The university and college campuses in America did not budge down and dared to face the might of the empire, its police and capital. This approach of delving into other cultures and learning from them brought the famous hippie culture. When the Western world was trying to learn various traditions from India and grasping the most Brahminical approach to the Indic past, there were honorable exceptions who chose to study the real, ideal and people's India as opposed to the privileged caste India, and one of those accounts was of Gail Ombet. Hence, her perspective and her approach of studying Indian society is important, and we can quote in some of the answers while writing criticisms or while elaborating or detailing any perspective in the answer. If you want to study more about Gail Ombet, a detailed article of this is linked, is attached to the description. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to Statecraft AS. If you have anything to share or anything to say, please comment and let me know in the comment section. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.